Meeting
What
to
time
order.
does the 6:30 meeting start?
Starts at 6:31. All right, call this meeting to order. New business. This is a CRA meeting.
Okay, this is item 1, a resolution 2025-01 of the Downtown Cocoa Beach Community Redevelopment Agency, Cocoa Beach, Florida, adopting a budget for the fiscal year ending September 30, 2026. Staff Representative Devin Talley, Deputy Finance Director, CRA, Hannah Juman, Finance Director, AJ Hudson, City Manager. Recommendation, approve.
I'm going to move to approve with all that horsepower behind it.
Motion and a second. Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Any public comments for items that were not on this agenda? All right, meeting is adjourned.
Started selling.
2 minutes. I'm sorry, we have to wait like 25 minutes.
Let's call this meeting to order. All right, Skip, do the pledge for us. Vice Mayor, please, thank you.
Stand respectful Jews, pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, is Pastor Greg Lejeune from Christ Lutheran here?
Yes.
Okay. If you wouldn't mind do the invocation for us?
Yes. Heavenly Father, our gracious God above, we thank you for blessing us today with life and liberty and peace and the pursuit of happiness. We thank you for our country. We thank you for the good things you're doing in our days. We pray for our federal government, our state government, Florida, and especially for this group here in Cocoa Beach. We pray that you give us all tonight a spirit of wisdom, of discretion, understanding, in the spirit of love and unity for whatever is best and right for this community, that all may be blessed and live great lives before you to the glory of your name. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. All right, City Clerk, roll call.
Commissioner Jackson.
Here.
Commissioner Hutcherson.
Here.
Commissioner Tumulty.
Here.
Vice Mayor Williams.
Here.
Mayor Capizzi.
Here. All right, we've got our budget hearing.
Okay, this is item 1. Adopt a resolution number 2025-16, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Cocoa Beach of Brevard County, Florida, adopting the final levying of ad valorem taxes for the appropriations to be paid out of the general fund during the fiscal year 2026 of the City of Cocoa Beach, Florida, providing for an effective date. Resolution 2025-16 adopts a millage rate of 6 mills. Staff has prepared a budget based on a millage rate of 6 mills. The legislatively prescribed tax rate that gives local government the same tax revenue as the year before, i.e. rollback rate, is 5.9610 mills. The final millage rate of 6 mills is 0.65% higher than the rollback rate of 5.9610 mills. Staff representative Hannah Juman, Finance Director, A.J. Hudson, City Manager. Recommendation approve.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion second. Any public comment? All right.
I don't understand how you take 5.961 and add 0.65% and end up with 6, but okay. I won't bother you with the math.
Any commission comment? All right, all in favor?
Well, Commissioner Hutcherson had provided some analysis, and I did read through it and really appreciate it, but would like to hear his thoughts, sir, if you were willing to share.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
Does she have it up in?
yeah, she's got a key. I would get this out as a read ahead because I think I know how this is going to vote, but I mean, I was getting this more of.
Okay, can she put it up?
Yeah, when she's queuing that up. I just am concerned with the overall, the longevity. You know, I think deficit spending is not good. In the first 2 years, I went through specific line items of areas I think we could cut. This year, I tried more of a macro approach of, hey, we got to cut. I mean, I'm not just in favor of growing government. So I don't identify specific items, and that's what we've hired the city manager to do. So I just think overall, we can challenge definitely the operations side of budget. I think historically what we've done is we've never challenged the operations side. We just wind up cutting capital projects, and now we have years of deferred capital. So that's just my overall approach. I suspect this is going to vote 4-1 anyways. So I was just.
Do you want to go through any more than
No.
just this front slide? Okay, so I went through this also, Commissioner Jackson and the other commissioners and the mayor. And I understand it shows a huge increase over the time period that you, delved into.
Mhm.
And I also understand that you're well-versed on statistics. Is that true?
On statistics, no.
Okay, okay. All right. Well, in statistics.
I can watch a couple of YouTube videos though.
Okay, no, let me just, then I hate to give a history lesson or a school
No,
lesson.
Skip, we all expect
But,
it. Go ahead.
but I know that Tim understands statistics, correct?
possibly. I mean,
All
I'm
right,
a certified
Are
to
you
teach
calling me a
math.
budget hawk?
Through
Yeah,
calculus, I don't.
maybe that's what you
okay.
said.
Statistics, okay? So if you look at the raw numbers, it equates to what Jeremy has said here in this slide, that we've had this, pretty huge growth in expenses and based on the budget. But from a statistical perspective, when you take data, you have to clean the data, as they call it in statistics. And if you clean this data and you took out all the ARPA money that was thrown at us, which was our tax dollars, which if we wouldn't have accepted, somebody else would have got it. But it all shows up in these years as additional expenditures and additional budget. And then additional to our funds, you have all the grant funding that we had people in this city, that staff that went out and fought for and got grant funding. Well, all that money, which wasn't, coming out of ad valorem taxes, was also included in these increases. So it's just my belief that if you glean the ARPA funds and all the grant money out of these budgets, then you would see that the increase isn't nearly as much. I agree it's grown, and I agree it's grown substantially, but I'm not agreeing without the statistical cleaning that it's actually grown as much as you're reflecting.
I mean, I'm not skewing the data, I'm just illustrating the bar.
Well, this is
simple
true.
as- Right.
This
So
is
I'm not
true based on
doing
the
anything.
numbers, but if you take out the money that was ARPA funding out of these line items and the grant funding that was out of these bars, then that's gradient's not going to be quite as steep.
I mean, we had, what, 12 million alone just in dredge projects, grants and stuff like that. So
That would all show up in the revenue.
Right, but then you have to spend it, so it ends up showing as total, into your total budget.
Well, no, but to Josh's point is you're gonna have an expenditure that is offsetting that grant, so it's a wash. But my biggest problem is the pink is longer than the green, to put kids' terms.
I think your point is.
You're
the
spending
deficit.
more money regardless of the grant. If we're getting 10 million in grant,
well, let's
We're
take
spending
into account
But
that
you-
we
but-
built this, we
but-
built the city hall in 2024. I mean, you got to take
that was
into
11 million. Again, I know how this is gonna vote. I may be able to
Okay,
convince
all
Josh,
I'm
but
trying to say is from a statistical perspective,
I think you mean sanitizing, not statistics necessarily. You want to sanitize the grants out of it and it's
from a
not as bad as it
statistical
looks?
perspective,
Okay.
from
And that-
professional
So
statistics.
grants are new in the last 3 years? I mean, we've been always getting
No,
grants also.
but we
It's
had
been more
all the
excessive.
ARPA funds was a really big
The ARPA
deal.
funds were huge.
That was huge. And we had to show that. We got it as income, but we had to show it as expenditures also.
I understand. I mean, like I said, I am,
Okay.
And
So
then-
I'm just saying it's not quite as bad as this chart's depict.
and let's not forget, when we came in 3 years ago, we were at $44 million in debt. And this year, we're going to be $30,885,000.
Agreed. I wanna consider.
So I want to ask your perspective on this. I think you guys ran on lowering the debt. Do you want zero debt?
I didn't run on zero debt because I think
Necessarily.
debt can help us if it's invested wisely. So the debt's not my concern, it's the expenditure.
All right,
not
so
Financing.
had we not spent cash money on City
I agree.
Hall and got the loans, we'd be in a much better position.
I don't agree with that. But
As well, hold on,
happy
bear
with
with
that
me
one.
for a second. As well as the irrigation system at the golf course, $2 million, that should have been,
Planned for,
pardon?
planned for, so it's not as.
Well, it should have been planned for, but we also should have done debt service for that as well, rather than spending that money out of our reserves to go that direction. Now, this is going to maybe get a grip on the chair for a second, but I'm agreeing with you in dropping millage rate down the road. I would love to see the millage rate drop to 0. Commissioner Hutcherson.
Why was it so resistant to drop this year then?
Our reserves need to be built, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Well, hang on. I don't want to put it on the current taxpayers to rebuild reserves, right? That should be debt
Nor
finance.
should the current taxpayers pay for City Hall or the irrigation system.
I did.
That should go out 20 years, all of it should. But if we can find revenue sources, like we did with a little bit with parking, and find some other opportunities to generate revenue from the millions of tourists that come to Cocoa Beach, I think that'd be great to get our millage rate down to next to nothing. I think it can be done. We just need to have a plan going forward, not just year by year, but we need a long-term plan for that. And let's come up with it, right?
I think incremental cuts.
So here's my question, and I'm agreeing with this. So what happens if we got our millage rate down to 0?
We could have staff about a third of what we have now, and we wouldn't be doing capital projects.
I'm saying if we had a revenue source that compensated for the ad valorem tax.
Yeah, but you're hypothetical.
It's hypothetical. Absolutely, it's hypothetical.
Well, here, let me throw this.
I'm asking you this because you want to keep the millage rate down. At what point do you say, oh, I'm a resident, I'm a tax-paying resident? Like, well, millage rate 0, you're not paying taxes. Hypothetical.
I don't think you're ever going to get the millage rate to 0.
I don't know why not. If you can,
Millage is basically a third of our general fund. There's funding from services and government transfer, basically funds a third of our general.
third.
So if you get 0 millage, you'll be 2/3 the size general fund, unless you replace it. So I don't know where you're going with that, is it?
I'm going with that as far as finding revenue sources from the city to pay for expenditures of the city.
Well,
I tried that.
I think we've already realized that increasing the parking fees has a point of no return, where you raise them to a point where you're not bringing in more money the next year than you did the year before because of the increases that you did. And there is a limit to that.
I understand that.
So you can't just keep, and you can't say, well, let's just get the franchises, the water, the sewer, the electric, the AT&T people, everybody that pays us for our easements, to jack up their rates, which is basically a tax on the residents, so that we can lower the millage rate. I'm only going to be here a year and a month or so I'll be here for one more budget cycle, but.
Go out with the banks, get vote no on this. They go down as a legend.
Oh my God, we're talking.
It's already a legend. What are you talking
We're
about?
talking
This is the Skip
0.65%.
Williams.
This is the
I
first
did-
time in 20 years we've lowered the millage, so.
I can tell you, I was
5 years.
just
10
like
years.
5
you.
years.
You can look at the records. I was just like you at this commission for years and years and years and years, because they needed their 4 votes to raise the millage rate.
You voted against it.
And I voted against it every time, just like you're doing now. And here we are.
I'd love to hear Commissioner Jackson's comment.
So I want to agree with a number of things Commissioner Tumulty said. I think we're talking with Hannah and talking with others within city staff, the risk that we could see the legislation come back and property tax be eliminated is real, right? It got voted down, but it could go. And I think we need to take that seriously. I don't think that means we intentionally eliminate it ourselves, but I would love to see a day where the resident millage, right, on homesteaded properties goes directly into reserve, and where the city has to spend out a reserve for unbudgeted, unplanned hurricane and other, we adjust the millage each year to recover the reserve spent out of, not writ large, but out of the residents, right? Or out of, so that we can recover reserve. I think that would be Not something we can jump to. I think something we would have to plan very intelligently for, but I think the risk of losing property tax should be at least a poke for us to take it seriously. So that would be one thing. In talking with the city, AJ and I have discussed at least 3 different areas beyond parking garages and things like that where there is significant opportunity for new revenue sources or changed revenue sources for the city. So I don't think it's absolutely out of the question. I think it would require disciplined planning strategy and implementation of those strategies across multiple departments. But Commissioner Williams, I agree with you. I don't think we're going to do it just by taxing the franchises or increasing service fees and stuff like that. I think we've got to be smart. But I really would love to see our revenue growth, not by cutting back on city, but actually increasing our revenues such that the resident millage is reserve funding.
And to that point, I'm pretty confident that I'd be willing to vote for a reduction next year.
Reduction in rate, yeah.
Right, yeah.
So one thing I was thinking I could get into, because you made a comment on the initial budget workshop that you could see the city operating at rollback if we had a plan to put the excess, the surplus, into reserves. So to me, pulling on that thread, that's the kind of challenge I want to see operationally to run things leaner. Not necessarily go top line and bring in more money, because we will find things to do if there's more money coming in. I'm more of a bottom line growth, so I want to cut costs and come up with efficient ways to do business. That's exactly where I came from. That's why you hired me to do this. But I was hoping to go that angle. If we can operate on rollback, obviously we can't get a commitment from the CFO to do that legally, but if that's the strategy, I was expecting to vote for roll tonight.
I think
So you guys heard that. I intend to consider rollback next year.
Okay, you want to go to public comment?
We already did.
Yeah, and I've got just one additional thought in response with Hutcherson and the mayor's comments. And now I've completely blanked on what it was, but you guys had good thoughts. If I think of it, I'll mention it.
I will say
later.
this, I really appreciate Hannah's detail. You guys have got good hands. It's just a fundamental difference. This is kind of a basic year because we had some interesting financial transactions last few years, but we have great talent in Hannah Devon, so I'm confident going forward. It sounds like we have some commitment to potentially cut costs next year.
All right.
I know what it was. I was just going to thank Commissioner Williams. At the going in, I know we haven't gone back rollback, but your proposal to go to the 6% was a conservative step in getting back to where our revenue exceeds our expenditure. So just, I wanted to compliment that, and I think that was a step in the direction that Commissioner Hutcherson is recommending.
At that point, we didn't know exactly what the rollback rate was going to turn out to be.
Right.
It could have been 6.01.
And I think you
Then we
got
would have
us,
looked like heroes.
I think you got us
We're
within
like-
130,000 of
We're
rollback
all,
rate. 120. If we were to change direction now and go to rollback, I think we'd probably spend close to that just trying to update everything. But then that hurts and puts our document at risk and things like that. But I think that what we have done is laudable.
So if you take the rollback rate at 5.961, Tim, you correct me, and you add 0.039 mils, 0.039, you get what we're asking for, which is 6.00. Is that correct?
I think you had a really good compromise when you said 3% or 6%. So
Yeah, so we're 0.0391 mils,
$125,000.
mils. So I think that's pretty darn close.
the 125 is going to take care of 520 beautification.
All right.
All right. So
Call the question.
all in favor? You want to just call it? You want to drag this longer?
Checking my math.
I did compliment ourselves
I did check
enough.
your math, and the math is actually correct. It is 0.75, or excuse me, 0.65%.
Percent, but it's only 0.039 mils.
Yeah,
Yes.
0.039 is the rate, 0.6 is the dollars.
Yes.
0.6% is more dollars
Exactly.
than you paid last year.
Exactly.
All right, Hannah?
All right. So let's not beat a dead horse.
It's
All in favor?
It's a roll call.
Oh, roll call. Let's do roll call.
Commissioner Jackson,
Aye.
Commissioner Hutcherson,
Nay.
Commissioner Tumulty,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Williams,
All right.
Mayor Capizzi.
All right.
At least
Hey,
I think that was an
Love that.
excellent discussion.
I love
think
discussion. I think we had a
those
great
deserve that
discussion. Let's all pat ourselves.
You're up,
More discussion on this?
Okay, item 2, adopt resolution number 2025-17, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Cocoa Beach, Brevard County, Florida, adopting the final budget for the fiscal year 2026 of the City of Cocoa Beach, Florida, providing for an effective date. Resolution number 2025-17 adopts the budget for fiscal year 2026. Staff Representative Hannah Juman, Finance Director A.J. Hudson, City Manager, recommendation approve.
Move to approve as read.
Second.
Second, any public comment? Any commission comment? Roll call?
Commissioner Jackson,
Aye.
Commissioner Hudson,
Nay.
Commissioner Tumulty,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Williams,
Aye.
Mayor Capizzi.
Aye. All right, number 3.
Okay, item 3, adopt resolution number 2025-18, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Cocoa Beach, Florida, adopting a 5-year capital improvement program to include the fiscal year 2026 capital improvement budget and adopting a proposed capital improvements program for the next 4 fiscal years, 2026 through 2030, which may be revised and extended each year with regard to capital improvement. Staff Representative Hannah Juman, Finance Director A.J. Hudson, City Manager, recommendation approve.
Move to approve as read.
Motion and a second. Any public comments on this? Any commission comments? Roll call?
Commissioner Jackson,
Aye.
Commissioner Hutcherson,
Aye. Is this on? Yes.
Aye.
Commissioner Tumulty,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Williams,
Aye.
Mayor Capizzi.
Aye. All right. Can somebody make a motion for the agenda?
Move to approve the agenda as it's written.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Any public comments about items that are not on the agenda? You may come up. Can't read that. This- Kay? Someone Kay?
That's not.
Kevin.
Kevin Key.
Kevin?
My right is like a doctor without the education. All right, good evening, Commissioners and Mayor. I'm Kevin Key, and my wife and I, Noelle Hikes, we own Cosmic Tiki, a downtown business. And I stand before you tonight to, I would like to grow the pie, as was recently discussed in your forum, of our downtown beach areas, particularly in the beach vendor area. As within the Minuteman Beach entrance, our contention is that 2 vendors at the First Street North entrance would accommodate tourists and locals alike as we enjoy beautiful beaches, as that area is significantly growing, as you know, with the surf and COA and other businesses such as ours. And we want to generate additional commerce in tax revenue for the city, and we would like to fair compete for this if it's approved. In summary, we are a little 2 years ago, we combined and improved 2 rundown properties just north of First Street. We improved the flooding problem with the retention and wall and drainage along A1A with working with the CNFDOT. We invest hard in our life savings in this project, and we believe providing to our community in this way is something that not only is fulfilling, but it's very fun. In our facility, we provide an arcade, indoor-outdoor showers, and we also offer clean restrooms, something that's not that plentiful downtown. We food beverages include beer and wine, with planned expansions in those arenas in the near future. We also have AC, air conditioning, and protection from inclement weather. We have a max depth of 4-foot heated pool, where parents can relax from a lot of the surf and potential rip currents, which a lot of those from Nebraska and other areas don't realize how stressful that can be on a parent who has young kids. We employ a staff of local Cocoa Beach residents, and our theme, Cosmic Tiki, is designed to put our spaces in a unique. We are in the excursions working with as well as many of the Canaveral resorts, and we had a great meeting today to the like. We've started an after-school program working with another growing downtown business. Bring additional family-oriented patrons to the local downtown and promoting our beach. We submitted a proposal last month to obtain additional permits to run beach vending operations. It's my apologies, but we're ignorant to how the process works and missed the last application. But we would like to submit through that proposal that you would have an additional application. We believe that we are not in direct competition with other beach vendors. We offer an alternative and provide something slightly different. And further, we know that not everyone would like what we're offering, and we're fine with that. We just want to offer something more focusing first on the excursions and second on those We have memberships that we offer, and we'd like to offer things to them. We want to give them a first-class experience in our downtown Cocoa Beach. Again, if you approve this, we wouldn't automatically get the approval to do it, to run it ourselves, but we would have to compete for it if you are to approve a second vendor on the First Street North. And lastly, thank you for your consideration.
Thank you, sir. Any other public comment?
I just have a little history lesson.
No history.
On beach vendors.
We're going to go to staff reports and
I
announcements now.
concur.
The history?
Yes.
Yeah, the history on beach rules.
You know, I'm
We
going to lie. I really want to hear this, Tristan.
We should give a history lesson every
We had
I think that you're
Adrian Dillon
creating an issue, though.
and Rosenberry
It's not
at
close.
Shepherd Park and the pier. We had 2 beach vendors for decades.
Yeah.
Okay? Then we got the Coconuts people, and the Beach Shack people, and people doing it unregulated. And we decided as a commission, and Tim was up here part of the time, that we needed to be able to regulate beach vendors. And we had beach vendors that were going from city limit to city limit, pulling carts of ice cream and bug everybody on the beach to buy their ice cream. And we didn't want that, okay? So the original deal was you had to have the permission or be in partnership with the direct upland business owner to be able to have a potential beach vendor license. Then we did a strict limit on the number of beach vendors based on maximum we could think that there would be at the time. And that was 14 or 15, I think 15. And we have a waiting list now. Yeah, I think we extended it to 15, but we have a waiting list now of vendors that want, if somebody drops out, they want to fill their spot. We have to be the same location, but it could be the same location. So as the person spoke about competing for the particular geographic location that they're talking about, there is no competition unless you end up being the one that falls into that spot and the person that's doing the First Street North vendor drops out and it's your turn, and then you would have that opportunity. But I'm not in favor of just continuing to expand beach vendors on the beach. And I'll just leave it at that, and I'm not planning on voting to increase the number.
Okay, and I feel the same way, Skip. I think we kind of made a mistake when we expanded it, and we created a headache, especially when it comes to coconuts on the beach. There should not be 2 vendors there, in my opinion, and we are dealing with the headaches now. The police are dealing with it. The staff is dealing with it. There should absolutely never be 2 vendors at one beach. So
Maybe we can come up with another way to handle that, but, and I agree with you. You know, we're either going to commercialize the beaches 100%, which we don't want to do. I don't want to do that. I don't think that's the, consensus of the commission or past commissions to do that. Although we've allowed, these vendors to get in and grew or more. We're going to do that, then should rake the beach and become, that resort, right?
South Beach.
Yeah, so, and that's not, I don't think that's what we want, that's not what the residents want, and,
it's absolutely not what the residents want.
Huh?
It's absolutely not what the residents want. They don't like the commercialization of their beach.
well, they like the high rises, so,
Yeah.
that's all together, it's all the same.
So, we'll close public comment. Staff reports.
Okay, we've received notice from Waste Management that there is a 5.39% increase coming effective 1/1. It would appear on customer February invoices for January service. I reached out to Jordan Chandler, and I'm trying to give that a haircut. So we'll see.
Per their contract, I thought they're tied to CPI.
They are.
So how can they go to 5.3?
They have the CPI for the services of the trash and waste management. It's a whole separate category. Right.
What's the dollar, do you know the dollar amount?
But I think.
I don't have the
But
dollar
I
amount.
think that, Becky, please look at this. When we wrote the contract, when we said CPI, we meant national level CPI.
I'll have to look at the wing of the,
So
and
if they
I'll
want
look
to,
back.
they want to argue that we need to use their CPI, if the contract says,
It should say specifically what type of CPI it is, so I'll,
okay,
And it
well,
does.
please review that.
I will.
And give that information to AJ, so he may have some oomph to push back on them.
My guess is that dollar amount's higher than what our tax increase was.
And I don't,
Or that overall dollar amount, probably higher than what our tax increase is. Right, Lauren?
good.
I don't know.
I'm sure it's more than $12 bucks a month.
I'd have to run the numbers.
Times
Yeah.
12 months, $144 a year, that would be more.
I mean, pulling on that thread, if we're gonna operate within the CPI, everything's expensive, we can't cherry pick what CPI we
It's
want to
a really
use.
bad time for them to consider doing that.
Right.
If they're watching,
And what's the length, how many more terms do they have in this contract?
6, 8 months, something like that?
They have, the contract comes up for renewal in December, and it,
December of 2025?
2025,
They need
for
to-
one last year, and if we want to renegotiate it, we have to give them notice prior to 12/1. So,
Okay, well, let's see how you do with your Clippers.
that's what I'm thinking. Let's see if they want to play ball with us, how hard they want the contract.
Yep, okay.
Next is a new street sweeper contract. We were having problems with the other one, and we fired them. And most areas will receive the street sweeping service once a month, and a couple of areas will see it twice a month. On the grants and appropriation side, we're preparing appropriation requests to the Florida House and Senate for submission through Jason Steele for number one, gravity sewer line upgrades, and number two, fire station at Mobley Park.
While you're on the Mobley Park Fire Station, did we get permission from the estate to go ahead and use that for a fire station?
There were two different developers involved. We got it from one. The other one told me that she would sign. She now won't return my phone calls and won't return my emails. So there is a Florida statute that would basically would get rid of their ability to challenge the use of the property, and I've written a legal opinion on that and sent it to AJ. So we do have the ability to build there.
So the lack of response after you had a verbal that they would agree?
Well, it was actually in an email. She said she was going to sign it.
Okay, so I believe that we have an astute city attorney that you work for that could probably make that flush in court. So let's.
Oh, I'm real comfortable with it.
I know you're, I can tell. So, yeah, please proceed that.
Okay. And the muck capping pre-bid conference was attended by 7 or 8 companies earlier this week. Bids are to be received, opened in November. We deferred work on the muck capping until fiscal year 2027. We need to know if the project is financially viable. We'll learn whether it is or not by the construction bids that we get in. We have the retrofit to the downtown garage elevator that's going to begin in November. Regarding the Ocean Beach Boulevard ADA Park, we should have an answer from the National Park Service by the end of this month as to whether or not they'll award the property to us. Preliminary work on the tennis courts is scheduled to begin early next month with the removal of the fencing. Permitting problems by contracted engineers is delaying the start of the Rampart Park renovations by a few weeks. We did receive some good news. The increase to the city's health insurance was 5%. The national rate of increase, 18%. And the state of Florida average increase was 27%. So a good job, Cindy and Team HR. And finally, we worked out an agreement with Surfing Santas and Surfing Mingle so they can run their event concurrently.
Good.
And that is the end of my report.
City Attorney, wait, we already did.
Nothing
No,
today.
Okay. City Commission.
I just want to give a shout out to the folks at the golf course. Ed, Roy, Brent are doing a fantastic job out there, turning the course around, both in aesthetics as well as monetarily. Their customer service and look out there is changed to a 180-degree turn. I would suggest that the commission go out there for lunch or, try it out. And the food's fantastic, and you'll be treated well, I'm sure. So
I would say I would highly endorse the fish fry on Fridays. That was fantastic.
Fish fry on Friday.
I did post about that. It was quite delicious.
Oh, whoa.
I just didn't want him to walk out on me. I'll wait till Tim's done.
I'm done. Let's go.
Go ahead, Skip.
So Justin, give us a Reader's Digest version on the golfer that collapsed, and hopefully he survived, right?
Yeah, he did survive. So you guys know if cardiac arrest happens outside of the emergency room, it's only like a 6% chance of survival. So one of our employees, is Andy here? Yeah. One of our employees was golfing with this gentleman on his day off, and when he went down, he started CPR immediately. When our guys got there, working with Scott, we've developed a response on how to get to the golf course quickly. So we have locations, we meet with them, they come out on carts and get us out to the patient. It was a very extreme when I say that, the way we had to work the patient, everything that had to happen, it was basically like watching the show ER, all the different things they had to do. They got the heart rate back, they got him transported, got to the hospital, stabilized, and now he is out and living a full life again. So one of those things that just, it's very rare that you have a lot of times we'll get pulses back, but a lot of times there's too much downtime. This is the importance of CPR and hands-only CPR. Is if you just don't get the blood to the brain, you may get pulses back, but you're going to be brain dead.
And reading the report, it looked like the CPR was started within a minute of the collapse.
Yep. The gentleman that was there, he was a previous police officer. Fire, that's right, fire. And he had the experience. He's also done hands-only CPR, and he was immediately on it. And that is a chain of survival. The chain of life is getting the CPR started, and getting the appropriate people out there. And then honestly, working with the golf department on having a really quick response. That's something we worked on the last year because we've had quite a medical calls out there. Sometimes depending on where they're at and location, it can be pretty difficult to get there in a timely manner.
And
so
this hole was the furthest hole from the pro shop, so very difficult to get to.
So I just ask, would be appropriate of the city to award that individual with some kind of recognition?
Yeah, I think so, absolutely. His quick actions are what made.
I know, he saved life.
Yeah.
Do we have, I don't think we have a life-saving medal, but, let's come up with something.
It was a whole team.
Yeah.
I know it was, but if it weren't for that guy doing a 1 minute thing, The
Yeah.
guy could have lived but been a vegetable the rest of his life, you know?
And that is correct, and that is why we work here at the city to
Well,
make
I'm
sure.
recognizing you guys.
No, I'm saying-
You put the lung of life on and
Yeah, while
got
all
him
staff
transported,
does is
golf
CPR,
carts and
making that-
everything else, you know?
So, absolutely, so, yeah, I'll get with Andy and we'll get with AJ and we'll try to get him recognized.
Okay.
So, thank you guys.
Bring him to the commission meeting too.
Indeed, Chief, thank you both so much for leadership and for teams.
Thank you, guys. Any other commission
I'll
comments?
say just a few.
Oh, you didn't, that wasn't yours?
No, I'm done.
Keep going, Skip.
I'm done. It was just teasing. No, I don't have any.
I just wanted to say a few words. We've had a tough week in recognizing Charlie Kirk. I don't get political, but, there's no place for violence. Words are not violence, violence. So I think he was very influential, and it's unfortunate the state of the country, but we live in a place, I think, unless commission gets along, that they wouldn't have any of that kind of stuff happen, but his impact to humanity.
Agree with that.
We're so blessed to have a commission and even the general public. And we're all respectful to each other, even though we have different views, and even us on here, we joke around, but at the end of the day, we're so blessed to live in a community where we respect each other, even though we don't always agree on things, so I thank God for that. I want to say thank you to Brad. Someone come here at one point and said something about taking on a motto, see something, say something. And it's something that stuck with me, and I think it does help make the city run more efficiently when we all work together, rather than stick to our own divisions. Sometimes we notice things outside of that box. And working with AJ and Brad, there were some things that needed addressed, and Brad was Johnny on the spot, and he got stuff done same next day. So thank you, Brad. I just want to recognize you for stepping up and just jumping on stuff. So thank you. That's it for me. All right, where we got? Consent.
Okay, this is the consent agenda. Item 1, approve the August 29th, 2025 and September 4th, 2025 commission meeting minutes. Representative City Clerk Department recommendation approved. Item 2, adopt resolution number 2025-19, a resolution of the City of Cocoa Beach, Brevard County, Florida, amending resolution 2024-25, affirming updated financial policies and practices, providing for an effective date and providing for adoption. Resolution number 2025-19 adopts amended financial policies and practices. Staff Representative Hannah Juman, Finance Director A.J. Hudson, City Manager, recommendation approved. Item 3, resolution number 2025-21, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Cocoa Beach, Brevard County, Florida, rescinding resolution 2019-15, inactivating the Capital Improvements Project Fund, authorizing the inclusion of the Capital Improvement Projects Fund in revenue budget and all accounting activity into the general fund, providing for an effective date. Staff Representative Hannah Juman, Finance Director, A.J. City Manager, recommendation approved. Item 4, approve the employee agreement with A.J. Hudson as Cocoa Beach City Manager to be effective August 29th, 2025. Staff Representative Becky Vos, City Attorney, recommendation approved.
I move to approve the consent agenda as read.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0. Unfinished business.
Okay, item 1, adopt ordinance 1702 on second reading, an ordinance of the City of Cocoa Beach, Florida, creating a new Article 3, towing of vehicles from private property of Chapter 13, licenses and business taxes of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Cocoa Beach, regulating tow truck operations within the city, providing for findings and definitions, establishing requirements for towing operations and signage, requiring permits and insurance, and providing for vacation permits, establishing a towing victim. That's wrong. Does not do that. Providing for enforcement and penalties, providing for conflicts, codification, severability, and an effective date. Staff Representative Vidicki, Development Services Director, recommendation approve. The title had something that was incorrect, but it was advertised correctly.
Move to approve.
Second.
Public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
It's raw.
Oh, sorry. Roll call.
Said that.
He just told me that too.
Commissioner Jackson.
Aye.
Commissioner Hutcherson.
Aye.
Commissioner Tumulty.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Williams.
Aye.
Mayor Kapisi.
Aye. Number 2.
Okay, adopt resolution number 2025-28, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Cocoa Beach, Florida, adopting a fine schedule applicable to violations of Ordinance 1702 relating to the regulation of non-consent towing of vehicles in the city, making findings, adopting fine schedule for non-consent towing of vehicles, requiring posting of fine amounts on city website and implementation of new fines, and providing an effective date. Staff Representative David Dickey, Development Services Director, recommendation approved.
Move to approve as read.
Second.
Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 5-0. New business.
Okay, item 1, adopt resolution 2025-26, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Cocoa Beach, Florida, relating to the Florida Department of Environmental Protection, FDEP, Clean Water State Revolving Fund, CWSRF, adoption of the City of Cocoa Beach SRF Stormwater Facility Plan update, effective this 18th day of September 2025. Staff Representative Morgan Zolke, recommendation adopt.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any public comment? All right,
Yeah, let me say one thing. I don't know, Morgan, if you want to, I don't want to put you on the spot, but just say a few words. I get, a lot of times residents say, hey, just give us a summary of what it is. I think it's important. I'll take a stab and you can correct anything on this. If you saw an increase in your water bill, there's a line item in there for stormwater, so it's treating water before it goes into the canals. So if you saw that increase, we've been on it. But this is a plan that maps out effectively 12, I think, projects over $36 million. It's going to fund all that. So it's not your increase just going to operations. Literally, there's a capital plan in this agenda item that $36 million are going to accomplish, right, advertise the next 10 years, be funded by that fee. Did I hit that, Morgan? And again, it's just transparency. I don't want everyone thinking easier going out. Okay.
Yes, but also this is getting us eligible to apply for the SRF, which is a loan service. So we would need additional funds, not just the rate that they're paying, but the rate they're paying would help pay back the loan. But we are applying for grants for these huge projects as well. I'm applying for 2 actively right now. So.
all right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes 5-0.
Okay, item 2, approve Cocoa Beach Main Street Agreement with City of Cocoa Beach. This agreement is from October 1, 2025, and expires on September 30th, 2027. The agreement has 12 listed events per year. Representative Jay Hudson, City Manager, recommendation approved.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion and a second. Any public comment? Any commission comment?
Yeah, I think it's coming up. I would like to see, I think it said on the financial reporting, if commission requests, can we just say that they provide input to whatever the cities put on? I think do manual. That would be my only recommendation, so I don't have to remember to.
What was that?
That are a snapshot of their financial performance. I think it says in here is per commission request or something. That would be my own feedback.
So you want their biannual financial situation, you said?
I think whatever cadence that the city's going to be reporting on, we're giving them a not insignificant amount of money on in-kind service. I think it's.
Are we giving them money?
In-kind services.
Only in kind.
We've been giving these in-kind services for approximately 10 years. Want to speak to us multiple times a year, I think that's fine too. I just think they run a very professional events, and I don't know, do you I'm just curious, are there issues with Main Street or?
No, not at all. I think they do a great thing, but if they're taking taxpayer money in this, not as cash payments as in-kind services, I think they valued it at $60K. I totally support. All I'm asking is I think it's fair to ask for the transparency at whatever cadence we report on at the city. We do an annual review, we do a biannual.
I mean, you're talking about if they got grants on top of this? Because in-kind, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. You know, we give them everything they need.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess what he's getting at is we're giving them money. If they provide their balance sheet on quarterly or biannual basis, and all of a sudden it shows them making mega bucks, then maybe we might want to tone down how much money we're giving them, but I doubt that would happen. But
We're not giving them money this year. Last year, we gave them money to operate, and then it was reimbursable. So Main Street had to go through the process of keeping track of all of their.
Okay. So
I'm 100% giving them everything they need for the Friday Fest.
Okay, so here's what it says, whereas they get their 12 Friday Fest events, okay? And then it says beyond that, anything else would be a special event, in which case they would be billed as follows: the City Hall lawn, $200 for 4 hours, stage, $100, community room, $350, public access, $100 per hour, and non-business hours, and a 50% deposit of the total rental fee. And it does say, does specify that City Hall facilities, stage, bathroom, lawn, apart from the community room, will not be charged for the 12 designated Friday Fest events agreed on above. Any special events outside those 12 will be billed according to already passed resolution 2025-13.
Okay, there was a question about when they reported. In Article 22, there's a reporting due date. It's mid-year and at year end.
And
So
that's
they
all I was
are.
going for, rather than saying if requested, I was just simply trying to make it automatic.
It is
It's open up
automatic here.
If requested, okay.
No,
it's
it says
automatic.
reporting period due dates. It doesn't say that they have to come and make a presentation, but they're required to give us a financial report,
Peace.
mid-year and year end
Okay.
on those dates.
Okay. All right, support.
Did I do public comment? I think we did. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay, 3, discuss the Holiday Lane boat ramp repair estimate provided by Pelican Coast Marine Dock and Seawall in the amount of $65,580. This is a budgeted capital item for fiscal year 2026. Staff Representative Brad Calzo, Public Works Water Rec Director.
Move to approve.
Second. Hang on. The motion is to discuss, or what?
Motion to discuss.
I made a motion to approve. What was the second?
Get a second on that?
Second.
He seconded it.
I think this is a no-brainer, in my opinion.
Yeah, that was going to be my
Motion to
question. Is why are we down selecting in this? I think this was a special agenda item. I'm in favor of this. I put the
think
agenda
because it
item.
was
It actually came in cheaper than what we had budgeted.
It was budgeted in 25,
What?
cheaper than what we had.
But it's over 50,000, so I think that's why AJ wanted to bring it to us.
Got it,
You know, We
okay.
approved the budget, he just wanted to approve the vendor. Am I correct, AJ?
It was, yeah, it's
Okay.
over 50,000, so it's beyond my authority. And
Even if it's budgeted.
We're not used to that.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
I think it was specific that it wasn't following the standard RFP process. This was a great opportunity, but because we weren't,
All in favor?
I don't know, I've got to do public comment. Do you still want, whoever still want to do public comment on this? Okay. All in favor?
Before I'm clear, we are going
Pelican
with the
Coast,
Pelican Marine. Got it. Okay.
5,508. So I'll approve to allow AJ to do this?
We got to vote.
Yes. All approve?
I,
Aye.
Okay. There you go, AJ, 5-0. There you go, Orson. Stop bothering me.
Orson, continue to be engaged. We love you.
Let's
watching.
see. What else? Number 4.
Okay, item 4, approve the Cocoa Beach Racket Club fence installation estimate provided by All Right Fence Services in the amount of $80,321.84. This is a budgeted item. Staff Representative Brad Calzo, Public Works Water Rec Director. Recommendation approved.
Move to approve as read.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any public comment? Any commission comment? All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
All opposed? Motion passes 5-0. All right, folks, we are adjourned.